Guys, what I want to do is get a start on it, and I still want to function in our house. We do have two kitchens, but I want to function up here as a kitchen. So I think the route we're going to go is take this ugly ceiling down. You see up here? It's ugly. It's like a rolled on texture. And the reason for that is if I put in, you know, at least six recessed lights, that's a lot of patches to put on. I don't want to patch and patch. It's a lot of mud work, and I'd rather just do a seam. So we have to pull wires, and we got to link them all together, and so I'm not going to butcher the drywall. We'll just cut it out, take it down. You see how rough this texture is? You see how rough that is? I'm not sure if I sprayed that and scraped it, if it would come off without making a huge mess. All that water would come down, it would be a mess. I think I can just take the oscillating cutter, cut around the outside edges, take a hammer, smash some holes, throw the debris in buckets, then transfer them to garbage bags or garbage bags into buckets. We'll get the ceiling down. We believe the floor joists run in this direction, and they're 2x10s, 16 on center, and it's not a problem to cut a hole through, you know, a 2x10 to run some wires. That's the process. And then over the bar here, we want to do 2 or 3 pendant lights that hang down. And I think that would be cool. So I guess follow along. We'll bring in some garbage buckets. We'll take down the valance over there. I'll get some tools in here, some bags, some drop cloths, and the mess will begin. All right, I'm going to start on taking this valance down, if that's what it's called, the blinds. It's about a 7-8 footer. And the problem behind it is where the old trim was attached, it was damage on the wall. Plus we want to take the border down, work on the drywall, it's in the way. Let's get this out of here, we'll keep it cleaner. I'm not even sure I'll put it back up because here's Tiger. He likes to climb ladders. Can you see him? Hi, you gonna help? What are you doing? So, not sure I want to use that because we never closed it. I kind of want to see the light. So I'm not sure I'll put it back up anyway. Okay, now the valance is off. It kind of makes a little more room in here too. Makes this wall look bigger right here. There is some damage on some tape, dried out tape, so that's got to be fixed. Remember, we're going to take this border down. Depending on how they put the drywall up, the way I put the drywall on the ceiling is shove it all the way over, and then the side walls, when you put them on, supports the ceiling. So sometimes you just think you're cutting tape. You're only cutting tape. You're not cutting through the drywall. We're not taking the walls off, so usually it's best if you go up the 1/2 inch to, you know, get rid of the drywall itself. Otherwise, you're going to have a gap behind there, and then you got to try to get up and stab your drywall. And I'm going to go around. I'm going to pluck it, poke some holes. We might do that right now. Poke some holes just to see what we got going on. Should be 2x10, 16 inches on the center. And I got a bucket here. The neatest way is to have somebody else do it. No, the neatest way is to put drop cloths down, tape off your walls, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. We're not too concerned about this floor because we want to replace it. The walls are going to be painted. The walls got to be patched up. I see there's some kind of really rough texture right here. So they probably had another valance type thing up once before. So we got to patch some walls. Here's the fire extinguisher was there. There's a couple holes in the wall. So we're going to be doing that anyway. Probably just see what we got. And so there's going to be a mess, you know. I'm hoping we don't find too many surprises. I found wires right away. But 3 wires heading right out towards the garage, so probably goes up to Dawson's bedroom or something. And he's got 2 lights and two closets here and switches, so that's probably what they are. So a lot of mess is going to go down. I'm going to get some broom. I'll probably turn on some tunes because this is going to get kind of boring. I'll head around, I'll cut all the edges. I'll probably grab a utility knife anyway. But like I said, when I break this section, I'm sure it goes over an additional ½ inch. And you can't get that out without damaging the wall. So we're going to either retape, or my second, you know, if we put up new drywall, my second thing is I might put up a, you know, like a tongue and groove ceiling, a knotty pine, a washed ceiling. Something that's, I don't think I want shiplap, but something different I might do. If not, we're going to drywall. But like I said, it's very hard to get up and get it over unless you come down and notch it another ½ inch or something, you know, to get it in there. But you don't need to see that. I'll show you some finish here once we get some of this down. I'm going to put it in buckets, transfer it to bags, or put bags in the bucket here. And, you know, keep it as clean as I can and keep sweeping. Check it out. We got 2x10s, 12 inches on center. We got 5/8, could be 3/4. Plywood, I think it's 5/8. They did insulate the, you know, the band joist, but they really should have came in to the edge of the wall. So I probably have to add a little more insulation in there because that's the outside wall. It does go up and sit over, and it's put on with 1¼ inch drywall nails. Not very many of them. So that's kind of good because it's coming down pretty easy. On this closet area where these bank of cabinets are, they set the cabinets in. That's how they do that. They put the drywall on the ceiling, set the cabinets in, and then drywalled up to it. So there's no outside catch for the drywall. Probably have to put a nailer in there, and unless we do boards, whatever. And so structurally, it's pretty rugged. And so obviously that's a weight-bearing wall over there. And that's when I want to take the ceiling down. I want to check out the construction, find out if there's any defects. A lot of times you open these up on an older home and there's all kinds of issues. So, so far it looks good. And 12 inches on center makes it pretty rugged because the floors don't shake upstairs, you know. You don't feel a wiggly, loose floor. If there's 16 on center, you know, the span's a little farther, gets a little weaker. I'm going to come across maybe 6 feet or so and see if they have any bridging. If they don't have bridging, that's the time to install your bridging. So I'm going to keep tearing this down. It's going to be a little mess. It's not dusty. It's just a little mess I'll sweep up. And I'll keep it coming across, clean up, move, clean up, kind of keep it decent as we go. Right, Tiger? Tiger. Yeah. You going to help? He's like, you're making a mess. Right? We got a storm going on outside. It doesn't look much, but we're in a watch warning, I guess, with high winds, power outages, branches down, all that kind of stuff. So it's a good day to work indoors. Let me keep going. Everything's the same old all the way across, so it's looking good. I'm going to leave these 2 lights up right to the very end so I can see well. Well, I was excited that everything looked really nice coming across here. 12 inch on center, wires up out of the way, insulated on the out band joist. I come around here. We got some nice cross bracing. And then we get over here. Now here's a vent pipe. To what? I don't know. I don't think it's a drain pipe, but there is no plumbing over on this side. I go a little farther and the drywall has a butt joint right there. You see that? I don't know. Butt joint right there. And that's probably why they went and did the textured material, because they had such a lump there. But then here's a cut and ripped wire where the sheathing's ripped off it. So now we're getting into a couple problems like we usually find. Another reason why when you're doing work on a project, bathroom, kitchen, anything pretty much, if you don't know what's in there, go ahead and gut it. You're going to find problems. Times, you know, it's a good time to fix it. This vent pipe, I don't know, because you go out on the deck and there's nothing out there. So I wonder if it comes over into the outside wall and shoots up, but there's nothing outside on the roof. So pipe to nowhere. We got to find out what that is. I've seen things in the past where maybe the kitchen sink was here. You know, maybe they remodeled. I assumed and was told this is the original kitchen, but now I don't know. And it only gets worse. Now remember I said you come across and cut the drywall in this corner, because you can see the drywall shoots up over and goes back horizontal. So you come up with your knife and cut it, which takes forever, or you can use your oscillator. So I use the oscillator. What the heck? So what do you see there? I'm going to see what I did if damaged. Why would you run a wire down like that? That's crazy. So this is the recess light over the sink. You know everything has to be back 1.5 inches. Crazy things you come across during remodels. So this is going to have a new can light. So it's possible there's enough wire loop here to repair it. Okay. But I hope I don't come across a whole bunch more in this. I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and pull down these lights. These have a slide bracket. I can't remember, but they have little slide brackets, and then it comes off the track and you unscrew the bracket. I don't want to take them down, but I'm going to take them down because I want to clean all this ceiling. I'm a little worried about the wiring right now. Well, we got no more problems coming around here so far. It's looking good structurally. We're coming over to this wall here. The only thing I don't like is if I had done that, I probably would have put some bridging in, but we can do that now. And then the electric, to me, looks like they did a couple after the fact. I think that's why the ceiling was sort of patched. There's a big hole going up through. See, them type of holes where they go up to the next floor, that's the ones that you want to, you know, fill in with a fire caulk and so on. And it also stops any mice if you ever get anything in there. That kind of stuff. But I see a joist hanger there. These go all the way across, so they're like 16 or plus footers. And I'm going to check on them and see what the design change around this corner. We come over by the television over in that area. We're going to pull these light fixtures down, and hopefully no more big surprises in there. All right, a couple more little things here. We got like a vent. Tore the paper a little bit there, but that's got to come off anyway. They got 3 wires in that little hole, a little tight. It appears that we got a bathroom vent. It goes this way, and you see the elbow, or the T goes that way. Not sure. This must be kitchen sink then. That's what it is. I thought it had a Veach vent on it. So this is the kitchen sink vent. Instead of it being over there, it's over here. And that drains well. So now I'm not too worried. Okay. What else is going on here? That's a bathtub upstairs. We had trouble with a coax cable on this television. Wonder why. It's cut. 2 of them cut. And so we went to the Alexa voice anyway, so that's not necessary. This light here, we got crisscross wires. I don't know as a professional did this. This side here looks normal. This side here, sloppy. The drain, got some chop on the floor joist. Remember that floor joist runs 16 feet. I don't know if that's I guess that's a stain. I thought it was a crack. If it was a crack, I'd have to sister, glue, and do a bunch of stuff. But you got to be a third up. I don't like notching the top or the bottom. I believe you got to be in the middle a little bit. So they should have boxed this out maybe. Did a double header. I've seen worse, I guess. Here, that's a big header with joist hangers, and that kind of makes sense because these joists would have to go all the way out to the hallway out there. And what else did I find? This light, I think I'm going to have it go away. I might. I might change it into a can light actually. And then these ceiling lights, they're up on a bracket that slides, your whole light fixture slides into. Kind of cool. They got wire holding that pipe up. A little sloppy, but it apparently had maybe a ceiling fan or overhead type light fixture here at one point. But I'm gonna finish tearing this out, get this mess cleaned up. I'm gonna get the vacuum up in there. There is cobwebs, so when you have cobwebs, you have air movement. We'll gotta see if there's any other issues going on. Hey, I got everything taken out here that I'm going to at this point. They put in a header here and here. They used joist hangers there and nothing here. They should have doubled these. But this is a closet upstairs. You can't walk in there. Let's see here. So that ended up being a vent pipe. And it travels uphill slightly from where it comes out there. So, and as you can see here, it's going up. So that's correct. And there's the tub drain. I see some streaks. It looks like the tub had flooded once. And, you know, you're trying to think of what the drywall was all textured for, you know. Well, maybe they had a couple problems with it. The other thing is we got black and white wires. So I think they've been in here and tampered with it. This can light was replaced, I think. And that's the reason they took the floor joist out. And I would have done something else. I wouldn't have done that. And we've got a open wire in the center of the kitchen. I got to trace out, follow it over. Don't know where it goes yet. Or do I? It goes to this light fixture. So that could be live. I got to check it. I'll bring in a tester. I believe that black wire here that runs across over above the sink has been replaced, you know, fished in afterwards. There's no staples in it. And then, what else we got here? That wire right in the drywall that I nipped, and that goes to that can light, and you can see it still works. But that's got to be replaced. We're going to put in a different style can light. And in this soffit workspace, right here might be another one, to pop one. And then, what else? What else? I like the cross bridging. Everything looks good. 2x10s, 12 inches on center. The only one that looked a little weak was a double cut one there. And it's right at the wall. I think there is some kind of tolerance so many feet from the wall. I think we're okay. That was a sink vent on there too. And this is a tub. Over here, we got a duct that ducts out to the garage and up. So I believe that is a bath vent. With that, I would have ran it that way, which is closer to the outside wall. This light fixture, that's got to go. The light, I don't know if I want it there. I might want a can light there. So there we got a little bit of damage on the wall. It just took the paper. So we got to steam that chicken border off. If you look close, it's kind of neat. It's coat the frying pan, chicken in a cup. I don't know if you can read all that. That's kind of cool, but that's got to go. And then the cable wires are cut. This mix match of crap, all this has got to go. So everything's going to be ripped out of here. The TV probably not here. I'm considering moving that cabinet, making that a storage up there, like a shelf for, I don't know, if recipe books or something, but just something that we don't use it anyway. You can't reach it. You got to have a stool. But if that wall came down a little farther, I could put the TV right there. And if you're sitting at the bar, you could see it better than turning around, you know. And then if we're over here, we want to watch the news, you know, you can see it. So I think everything else looks pretty good so far. Structural, I don't see too much issues. More insulation on the outside wall. No, you know, no cleat there, which should have been, but they put that wall in afterwards, you know. And then I'm going to move on. I'm going to dust. I'm going to get the vacuum in here, vacuum all these bays out. I'm going to get the tester, test some wires, start laying out where our lighting's going to go, plan where our cabinets are going to be moved and adjusted, changed out, get the actual dimensions down, find out if a microwave can vent up and out. If not, it'll be just an undervent. And so far, so good. Not bad in about, I think it was around 6 hours by myself. Got all the debris out of here. So now I'm just going to dust and mop so we don't track anything, and then move along. So I'm going to end this video at this point. This is demo on kitchen day 1. Finding problems. That's what the first step is. And then step 2 will be starting to repair. So we're going to repair the electric. We're going to add electric. And we're going to check for venting, insulation, and figure out some of these extra wires that are in here. There's a little too much going on in this box. And so follow along with part 2. That way the videos won't run too long. And we'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment.